using this for the first time. I'm an inspired creator, man. I'm always inspired by different people's art, talent, skills, whatever. Just trying to mix a little of it into mine always. As you can see, my hair keeps getting my eyes. I'm locking up my hair soon, but that's besides the point. Right now, we need to focus on really uniting and getting together because Section 219 NDAA did pass. And there is good reason to be concerned for anyone who is speaking up and trying to make sure that justice sees the light of day. We need to look out for each other like no other time in history before. I mean, if you don't realize that your fellow Americans are your fellow Americans, then you may not realize that black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever it is, doesn't matter. We are all here together, one as human beings, as creatures coexisting in the world. There really shouldn't be all these borders to begin with, but past that, identity is something that makes people feel they can harm others, and that's not something that any of us should ever be aligned with. And I think that we can find it in our hearts to see that we have been led astray. It's like, you're getting further and further from the light, they say. And we definitely have been doing that because this is crazy how we are the ones responsible for what happens here on earth. Like, turning a blind eye is very much what a lot of people choose to do. And they have no fear, no worries, no nothing, that anything could happen to them at any time. But in reality, you are not in their best interest. You are dispensable, you are exposable, uh, I mean, expendable, and they just don't need you. We need each other, and we really need to start realizing that if we don't have each other, we are all alone. This lonely epidemic, it's by design. They want us to feel alone. They want us to feel divided. They want us to feel like just because this or that, you can't get along with people and unite. That's what they want us to feel. Apathy. They don't want us to feel togetherness. This is not the way of humans. I don't know what they are, but greed, isolation, exploitation, it turns you into something that is unfortunately human, but it is not the type of human that we want to look up to in our society. We used to look up to spiritual leaders, to religious leaders, civil rights leaders, athletes that spoke out, athletes that had great performances. Whatever it was, we used to look up to people for standing up and doing what's right. And now, more than ever, we need to stand up and recount for each person that is standing up and doing right. There are people that have been going missing. There are lists of people that are not out there anymore. They've lost their lives trying to do right. How many people in this world has lost their lives trying to do right? For people like you that will skip this video, it's okay. But when they come for you, don't be mad that you skipped this video and didn't help anyone. Because right now I'm trying to tell you we need to help each other. And I've just never seen anything like this in my life because this is my first time being here like everyone else. So it's like, how are we just like, okay, this is the first, this is normal. It's not. Normalization comes through repetition. If we repeatedly keep seeing these things and being like, I didn't say anything, we're going to continue having these problems. And I mean, if you're not rich, like really realize if you're not rich, you're not a royal family, you're not someone that has had money to buy crimes and get away with it for as long as your family's bloodline has existed, realize you're not rich. You need to realize that, and you need to realize even if you're making over $5 million, you're not that rich. Like, you are far better off than the average person. You are more than comfortable with your income. But there are some people that are still working for forced labor. They are slaves. Slavery still exists regardless of what your skin color is. We can't we can't learn about history and then not think, does it rhyme? They say, does history repeats, it rhymes. If slavery happened before and people had to fight for it, what do you think happened to the rest of the people that didn't necessarily have to fight for it in the same way as others did? I'm talking about the Haitian Revolution because it was one of the most bloodshedding events that could have possibly happened, but it was a slave-led rebellion. What are we now? What are we now if we're not slaves? This is not the same fate that America had. America did not have to do that. Because if America did that, George Washington and all the presidents that came, not all the presidents, but George Washington, just for starters, we would not have had the same stories about George Washington because he would not be around to tell the story if things went the same way. So if you don't think that they peeped the game and saw, okay, we can't build this out the same way, we have to do things differently. So they did things differently, and they learned how to build a society that allows for people to believe they have a part in it. They laid a good blueprint, but it was only for a select few. But they couldn't have foreseen everything that's come after, but someone has had to take the baton and run with it every time. It's like a relay race, and they're relaying the information to each other and making sure for some reason we don't get it. Whatever information is out there, they're trying to make sure we don't have. We have to unite to realize, like, wow, this is the craziest thing to possibly ever happen to any of us ever living. We're living right now. And if you can see that this world is changing around you, then you can realize that you can change something in this world too. Because this world isn't static, it's dynamic, it's constantly moving. And it just seems so more urgent. It's like I thought I could trust certain people, our elected officials. What a fool. But now we really have to realize people that are journaling and putting these things out, documenting human history, sharing what is going on in the world. Think about how many people, how many journalists have lost their lives in Palestine for trying to do the journalism to bring to the world the truth of what's going on. So many people. How do we learn about the Holocaust and then think never to let something like that happen again? And then we see all the signs of it. It's like because we don't want to call it what we want to call it, for some reason it's not the same. It's like if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, we're going to call it a geese. Like, it's a duck. Call it what it is, it's a duck. And if we don't call it a duck right now and make sure that we can distinguish, the truth from the lies, we are all doomed. And that's not fear mongering. I'm not trying to bring fear. I'm trying to bring unity. Because if you can see this video, you're probably not one of the richest people in the world. You're not concerned about what someone like me has to say. But if enough people see this message and enough people believe a message like this, then maybe they might be a little worried and I might be a little worried too. So if you see this, make sure to look out for me and look out for my people. I'm accounted for. Please account for me because I'm going to try to do my part. And if more people try to do their part, it won't feel like such a weight for one person to carry. Each person will show we all can actually make a difference in this world. The rest of the world has been watching and waiting for America to do something. And we're standing, waiting for someone to do something. Digital IDs coming. They're going to know who you are online and in person. Flock is coming. Axon's coming. Cameras all around you. The pantopoquium, I'll find a word for it. But basically, they're setting up this surveillance state that they can watch all of us. We need to switch it. Surveillance. We need to get to the point where we can watch all of them. Because at this point, if they think they are better than us, they're superior for what? They have money? That's what it is? If money is what makes you superior than others, then let them die with it, because you can't take it with you when you go, and it's not worth anything anywhere but here. So Let them die on that hill. Let's make money worthless if we have to. They're worthless individuals if they think that money makes them better than the rest of us and that it can be a reason to destroy lives.